When 88-year-old Jack Babbitt opened his gas bill at the end of January, he was stunned. The charge for the month, $1,282.53.
First, I just thought there must be a mistake.
Doug Gastelum is Babbitt's grandson, and he's speaking on Jack's behalf.
Somebody typed in something wrong. There's just a mistake, and we'll get it corrected, and that'll be fine.
Babbitt is a military vet and widower. He lives alone in a trailer home that sits in a Fallbrook valley just off Interstate 15. Babbitt's trailer has the typical lineup of gas-powered appliances: a gas stove, hot water heater, furnace, and a gas clothes dryer. But one thing Babbitt doesn't have is a smart meter.
This is in Fallbrook, and because of the topography and because of where they're located, they don't enjoy the ability to have a radio signal that sends their actual what they use for gas on a everyday basis.
An SDG&E employee has to physically come out to Babbitt's house and take a reading to get a measurement of Babbitt's gas use. They say they do that every other month and use estimates in between. His bills indicate that didn't happen for 9 months before the huge January bill landed. And then the SDG&E bill said he used nearly 5 times the average home's natural gas consumption in January.
I'm going to have a look at these prior bills and see what I can learn about how this happened. And when I looked at them, I realized they were much more complicated than I imagined. And then I started noticing this business of the estimations of use.
Between June and December of last year, Babbitt was billed about $200. The bills indicate the charges were estimates, which were almost all less than $30 a month. SDG&E says that's not exactly right.
Because the bill says that there were 9 estimates in a row, but in reality, we went to Mr. Babbitt's home 2 or 3 days after we sent him the bill, and that happened several times. So while the bill identified an estimate, in reality, truthfully, we missed 1 estimate, and that was in November.
But when an actual reading was taken in January, gas use was sharply higher, meaning the monthly estimates were woefully low. And Babbitt got hit even harder by the cost of gas. SDG&E customers paid $5.11 a therm. That's more than double the December price, which the utility had already warned would be expensive.
Yeah, that is actually unimaginable how anybody could rack up a bill like that.
Dan Whitworth is a consumer advocate for San Diego's Utility Consumers Action Network. He says he's seen other cases where estimated readings led to oversized bills.
Meter readers have to go out and view the actual meter, and they are supposed to do that every 2 months. But the story San Diego Gas and Electric has been telling us is that they do not have adequate personnel to go out and do that, but they've been doing everything they can to train people so they can get people out there.
Whitworth says truing up the meter and bill after a long period of estimates means a customer can end up paying above baseline rates. The utility charges more when customers use more as a way to encourage conservation.
It always has a very, very anxiety arousing effect on the customer to get a bill out of the blue so large.
Rising gas bills in the months leading up to January could have been a warning sign that everything was not okay. A malfunctioning heating duct discovered in April after that big January bill likely contributed to the unusually high gas consumption. That stoked Gastelum's frustration about the long run of estimated bills.
If there is a problem with your system, you will detect it sooner. So, a lot of problems with just estimating these things month after month after month after month.
KPBS spoke to San Diego Gas and Electric about Babbitt's situation to get some answers. We'll let you know what happened tomorrow. Erik Anderson, KPBS News.